How you doing? This is Johnny for Jesus, and we're going to talk about the myth of Christ. Was Jesus just a myth? Do you believe that? I don't. Was Jesus a mythical being, or a fabrication by religious zealots, or a faked God, just so people can rally behind a conspiracy, so more or less? It doesn't make sense to me, because Jesus was a Jew, and the Jews condemn those who commit blasphemy. There's an event where Jesus calls himself, he technically calls himself the Son of God, and they pick up stones to throw at him, to kill him, and he hides, he runs away, for he did not want to die. It was not his time. It was not the time of God's time to condemn him to death. But you can see, if it was a fabrication, why would anybody mention this story? Why would anybody mention that it was the women who showed up to the tomb to find that the cave was empty, that the grave was empty? Why would that be even? Why would that make any sense? Because women were beyond lower class citizens. They were like dogs and animals, according to the Roman Empire, or slaves, more or less. So why would anybody fabricate this? So anyway, we can go into the history and talk about the gospel. If anybody has comments, put them in the description below. I mean, if you have real evidence, come to me. We can discuss this. I have an atheist friend who sits here and says some garbage about how Jesus is a fake and there's many Jesuses. And first of all, I'm going to make one thing clear. There was one Jesus born of a virgin. There was one Jesus who rose from the cross. There was one Jesus that was crucified. There was one Jesus that died for our sins. If there was any other, yes, in Jewish history there are Yeshuas, probably more than one. But did they get sentenced to death by Pontius Pilate? A historical fact. Did they get baptized by John the Baptist? As I said, did they rise again? Did they feed the fishes? Feed the people with the several thousands of fishes and several thousands of loaves of bread? Did they? No, they didn't. There was one, and it wasn't mistaken. No one could mistake that Jesus was one being. And now, 2,000 years later, people are trying to sit here and say that it's fabrications. Come on. But have no evidence for the fabrications, because they're not archaeologists, and the archaeology, sorry, I can't say the word, proves that there's existence of this was not just myth, wasn't fabrication. So we're going to talk about that, and God bless.